I, 38 meters, told my GF, 34F, of 13 years to move out on Monday. I caught her on camera stealing cash from my savings and smoking meth. I feel like a fool. I guess it has been going on for about 2 years and I was blind to the facts. Major weight loss, mood swings, gone all the time. I noticed almost $800 missing a few weeks ago and decided to put up security camera. Multiple people came to me with concerns but I dismissed them well. When I confronted her, she finally admitted to what I had on cam but said that was the first time. Now that it's sad, some friends came to me and told me it definitely has been going on for a long time, like 2 years I think, and looking back we started having more and more problems and she just treated me like shit and snapped at me very rudely, even in public around friends or our parents. It was so bad her dad even said some things about it. I told her I was embarrassed to go out with her. Well, about 6 months ago she got a new job and it took her 3 to 4 hours to get home sometimes, or would tell me she was going to stop by her parents' house real fast and it would be hours before she would get home. I feel so hurt and betrayed. I am just lost now. I really thought she was the one. I lost all trust and respect for her now and don't know what to do. There is so much more to this. I do not want to go on and on, but I don't really have anyone to talk to. She turned it around and blames me for her getting back on it. She was clean I think for over 10 years. She didn't even seem too upset and hasn't apologized and will not admit the truth. I know meth changes people and now they think. I know I can never trust her again and feel like I have been stabbed in the back, not sure what to do next or how to move on. I am very shy and have social anxiety around strangers most the time. Anyone been in a similar situation? What do I do now? How do I start to move on? Hey man, I'm so sorry. Been there, done that, so I know what you're going through. Right now it's like she's having an affair with the drug and there's nothing more important to her than the next hit. You're doing the right thing by breaking up with her. She has to admit she's got a problem and has to want to recover on her own. There's nothing you can do until she does those two things. Again, I'm so sorry for you. Hang in there and take care of you now. It sucks, but you need to talk to her parents about this and make them aware of the situation. You're going to have to do some introspection about how you feel in the relationship and whether or not you can trust her again. Addiction does change people and it can be very hard when you mistook signs of addiction as something more benign to not blame yourself, but this is one of those situations where no one can really bear the blame. If you feel you can trust her again and that it's worth it to you, then you must try and start her on the path to recovery. If not, then you must discuss it with her family and any sober counselors or sponsors she has and break off the relationship now. It's not fair to you or her if you're only there out of obligation. I feel for you. My partner and I are both addicts in recovery. We have both been clean for almost 2 years now, and as sober people we have grown super close and thrived. But we did some truly awful things to each other when we were using. The hard part about being with a recovering addict is that there is never a 100% guarantee that they won't relapse. And just because they were high when they treated you like shit, and they're clean now, it doesn't make what they did hurt any less. Addiction can make some really amazing people do some really bad things. You might be the reason why your girlfriend stopped using, but if she doesn't do it for herself, and if she's not completely sick of being in active addiction, her sobriety will most likely only be temporary. My 27F partner, 31M, has faked a medical emergency each time I try to leave. How can I leave safely, safe for myself and safe for him? First, it was a major depressive episode, the most believable, but he never spoke about having mental health issues. Second, it was a car wreck, no physical evidence of car damage and tons of holes in medical story, no hospital discharge paperwork. Third, it was a heart attack, again, holes in medical story and no discharge paperwork. I don't know how to leave that will be safe for the both of us. He seems unstable. Any advice on how to leave in such a way that he doesn't feel the need to fake another event, or something happen for real? Edit. Thankfully we do not live together, share finances, or have children. There are no legal ties. Praying gesture. Edit number 2, he has called me 5 times since I posted this and now there's a fake account sending me weird messages on Nick. I knew someone who did this to his girlfriend. She finally left while he was out of town and called the police each time he threatened suicide for the next 6 months. He was a wreck, but he's worked through his issues. It's been several years now and he has a good job and what seems to be a nice family and life. If anything, it was a wake-up call for him. I don't know if that helps you, but it's a good idea in these situations and think about the future. There are possibilities for both of you outside this toxic relationship. I hope you find your way out. Stop falling for it. I mean, you can just leave and block him before he gets to use that excuse. Then if he manages to get through to you somehow, hang up. Call the police if you are genuinely worried. Well, he's going to keep doing it because he knows it works. Next time he does this, offer to call the police for him to help him. Break up with him in front of a hospital. I would just leave. Seriously, it sounds like nothing actually happened and he is making things up constantly. Faking a car wreck and a heart attack is so garbage. I'd leave him just to see what he makes up next. Probed by aliens in UFO. Gonna sound harsh, but just go. You obviously want out and he's obviously playing silly buggers with your emotions in order to keep you around. Don't let him do that anymore and know that if he does do something stupid, then that's nothing to do with you. It's his choice as a way to try and punish you, and nothing you do as a precaution will stop him doing it if he's going to go that far. Likely he won't, but might talk about it either to get you to come back as you have before or get sympathy from his friends. My GF calls me every day on her way home from work and it annoys me, but I don't want to hurt her. What can I do? My GF literally calls me every day at 5:30 when she leaves work and has to tell me everything that happened to her, even though most nights I get to see her in person. Most of the time when she calls, I'm just leaving work as well and just need a minute to breathe. I talk to people all day on the phone at my job and don't want to do it again. I'm the type who doesn't want to recall everything that happened to me during my day, but she likes to talk about it. I usually put a smile on and act like I'm happy, but it's getting to me lately. She has a half-hour drive home, so she will just talk and talk. I feel like an a-hole writing this, but I'd how to approach it. You could say that when you drive home from work you aren't able to give your undivided attention to her, and say you'd like to wait for when you see each other to catch up because you won't be so distracted. This way, she will feel like what she says to you matters and is important rather than feeling like you don't care or you're brushing her off or something like that. My ex and I were in the same industry. Every night at dinner he wanted to rehash every little thing he did the whole day, and I always felt like, dear God, I already did this for 8 hours. I don't want to hear anything else about it today. Eventually I did say something like, I'm sorry, I know you just want to tell me about your day, but I want to put this out of my head after doing it all day. What if you just tell me the highlights instead of a play-by-play? And that ended up working out just fine. Y'all can work it out, you just gotta talk about it. If you're afraid of hurting her feelings, I'd try the I'm stressed right now and talking on the phone and traffic is getting to me. Can we talk when we get home? Then enjoy the silence or blast your music or whatever you need to do to decompress, but then you gotta pay attention to her when you get home. Talk to her, try the soft fluffy approach. Tell her you would rather her talk to you about her day in person, or when she isn't driving because it makes you nervous. If the soft approach doesn't work, then you'll have to sit her down and talk about your gripes as two mature adults. The drive home is my time to decompress. I need some time to work through the emotional stress of the day so it's not brought home. I want to tell you about my day, but not when I'm emotionally charged about it. I used to do this to my now current husband when we were dating. He was just honest, said he doesn't have the energy I have and just needs to unwind after work. If she's mature, she'll get it. Married 2 years now and he still needs his unwind time when he comes home from work. Tell her it's just your nature and it's draining you.